Hello everyone, welcome back to the Dean Stay Night Watch Through. We're on the last episode of my DVD copy that I own here, episode 6, Two Magi Part 2. Last time we saw some funky animation. This time, let's hope that they make it a little nicer, because I wasn't the biggest fan of the sudden cartoony shift. So, get your players ready and count down with me. 3, 2, 1... play. Here we go. Back in once again. Him with his oh right, we're gonna see him put up the desk again, which is still hilarious. It's really apparent Tosaka's got a number of techniques here that are definitely a surprise. 'Cause it's not just like, she can do a basically magic burst. She can erect a barrier real quickly. She's got the finger lasers, or finger guns, as they are closer to being. Yeah, buddy, that doesn't even cover your head. Maybe put your head down a bit. And then Ryder's just up there chilling. Dang, you can almost see her booty. I feel like that shouldn't have worked. 'Cause again, it wasn't even covering you. Throw the stick at her. Throw the stick at her. When in doubt, throw your stick. So, yeah. I'm actually recording this directly after the last one. Mostly because I'm back in the mood for this. So there was a while where after I finished Fate Stay Night, I'm like, man, I'm almost scared to go back. It's like once you finish this intense journey, I was like, I don't know if I can go back, right? But no, I'm back in and I'm happy. I also really want to get to Fate Zero. I am really excited to see how Fate Zero goes, because there was actually, I was Googling my name recently. I know, random, right? And someone linked to my Fate Stay Night Let's Play under a thread for Fate Grand Order subreddit, saying, it was basically a thread saying, you know, hey, read the visual novel or you're not a real fan. And then someone said, hey, instead of reading it, why don't you watch Tanner's videos? And I'm like, someone linked my stuff. It's so nice. Hey, and if that's you, thank you for posting that. But in that thread there was something about saying that there are Fate Zero stans who just stand by Fate Zero, which is like, huh, if something's good enough to get its own dedicated fan base, it must be a solid entry, right? Like if something itself has its own fans. Anyways, let's continue. Oh, wait, so then she backed up and just let him out? Wait, is he dual wielding pipes? Is he subconsciously dual wielding? That's nice. That's a nice touch. Throw him. Throw him. Also, that's his reminder that the command, they also call them command seals in the dub. I don't mind that. That's a fine, just slight word change. Just throw your sticks, bud. Throw them. Look at her delaying because she knows she can't do it. Look at this dude dual wielding pipes. So I don't think he did that in the original. I think he only carried one with him. So that is a nice touch. Well, Shirou, looks like we need to teach you about the process of mana transfer. Uh-oh. Is she not supposed to be speaking there? Whoa. That was a flash. Ooh. Ooh, that's bigger than I thought it was. Oh yeah, you got straight busted, huh? Wait, what? What kind of lunatic would throw a spear at someone's face? That's a good out of context quote. I like it. Oh, that is not how you do a rotating shot. It was like not even going around him. Boy, I hope you die in this adaptation. Oh, that's a rough place to get cut. No, it's just a person with very specific interests in Hot Topic, bud. So this is interesting because the whole thing about don't fight a servant was such a big thing in Fate, and then Unlimited Blade Works came around and was like kind of like it played with that. So this is interesting how they're going to handle this. You kind of should have done that right from the start, huh? Oh, this is so strange because this was meant to be the subversion in the second route, and yet, huh? Shira's the type to not even use his elixirs in a final boss battle. Hmm. I think I think there's a bit too much um not super into Ryder's voice. It's not stoic enough. That's the thing I'll say. It's not a stoic enough voice. It sounds too sadistic. Ryder had a very flat voice in Japanese, so what are you talking about? He says his arm is forcefully lifted up by an invisible force. So it has to be barbed to stay in him, right? Are there barbs on the end? I remember it being pretty flat. But then again, I guess you could just chalk it up to magic. Oof! Oof, that's pretty rough, buddy. That looks real gross. Especially when dealing with girls. Yes, he does. Yeah, Ryder is probably one of the strongest. Cause she goes toe to toe at the very end of Heaven's Feel with a bunch of real toughies. Well, at least he got it out. I like how they're like, it might be a servant. It might be this woman with the invisible spear. Pretty tsundere to be like, hey, don't die. And then she's like, don't die. We really don't get much of Shirou freaking out about being in Rin's house. You could be though, heyo. There's actually like three, kind of, right? Like there's more than like at the beginning they're like there can't be masters and they're like, oh, I guess there's a couple, and now it's like, yeah, there's multiple. Like compare the tone of this scene to the weird random cartoony part of last episode. They're so different. He's making contact with her, and secretly she's screaming inside. You know what? An advantage of this will be more cutaways from Shirou. Even like there was the interludes, right? But non-interlude cutaways will be nice. Like that was entirely pointless, but they put it in cuz it's nice. Also, uh-oh. Uh-oh. So there wasn't a ton of resolution on Mitsuzuri. So, okay, well that's what happened there then. Also, what is with this wailing in the background? The very fast cutaways in this. I get what they're doing, but I don't think I like them. That shot makes more sense now. Can you though? Can you? I wonder what they're gonna do with that. Yeah, so because if they're combining routes, there's gonna be some interesting like they're gonna have to play around how some of these fights happen, you know? There it is. His back, the most important character. It's like you're flying away. I can't hear you. Big hintos about who he is. She's starting to show a little bit of emotion. It's coming in way quicker than it took in the visual novel. Oh, but now he has to brood on the windowsill. That was a really aggressive. That felt too aggressive for Shirou. Shirou doesn't cuss unless it's really important. The one time he says the F word in the visual novel is the dopest thing. It's the best. When it comes in, you're like, yeah. So that was bit unexpected. He's usually not that aggressive. He's pretty chill. So what? Because whenever there's the opening or ending, I just need something to talk about while we wait for it to get through. Something that someone pointed out is that this adaptation is also a parallel, like it's its own parallel route, if you will, in the Nasu verse, as it's been kind of told to me, which makes sense, right? Because it's not, it's this is less an adaptation that combines routes, but its own route told through a new way. And I kind of appreciate it for that, right? Because then it's not just necessarily a, you know, it can make changes and it's okay because it's not necessarily an adaptation, it's another way of going through the same story. That's kind of cool. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing kind of how everything works out with this then. All right, let's see what we got next time. Okay, there's the blood fort. More eating food. Shirou talking to Rin. Rin coming over. Big embarrassments all around. More taiga, which makes me happy. Coffee on the roof. Looking up Tosaka's skirt. More rice. Machinations, huh? Well, that makes a lot of sense because Shirou is a machine who learns to be human, which is a really interesting metaphor that people were talking about there in my comments. I'm like, yeah, I guess that makes sense, right? Okay, thank you all for watching, guys. Next time we're moving on to episode 7 then, which will be for me on disc 2. And for you will be maybe on disc 2 as well, or something else. I don't know. We'll see you next time for some more, guys. Ciao.